Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. This is going to be my first Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3 video. They pretty much said that they're doing Secret Warriors in Season 3, so I'm going to explain some of the changes they're making to the comics, because that was more of a Nick Fury storyline, and the TV show is going to make it more Phil Coulson. If you've never read Secret Warriors in the comics, it's actually a great storyline. It was written by Brian Michael Bendis and Jonathan Hickman, both really great Marvel writers, but it's mostly known as being an amazing Nick Fury storyline. So if you're a big Nick Fury fan from the comics, then check it out. When most people talk about it in the context of the TV show, they're talking about it more as a Daisy Johnson storyline, and she was kind of point girl on Nick Fury's squad, but Nick Fury was the main character of that storyline. Nick Fury has appeared on the TV show, like we did see him during Season 1, it was a big event thing. But Phil Coulson is proxy for most of the movie-based Avengers stuff. Originally in the comics, the reason Nick Fury put the Secret Warriors together was in response to Norman Osborn's Dark Avengers. Norman Osborn co-opted S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers in the wake of Secret Invasion and Dark Reign. This is way back in the comics. This is after the Skrull invasion. Nick Fury is on the outs, so he sees what Norman Osborn's doing and wants to combat it. He thinks that he should be in charge, not Norman Osborn, so he puts his superpowered team together and calls it Secret Warriors. Dum Dum Dugan from the Howling Commandos was also a big part of that. Don't expect to see him on the TV show anytime soon. He just signed on to be Damien Dark on Arrow Season 4, so he's going to be way too busy with that to do Marvel stuff. For the most part, what I'm hoping the TV show does is they double down on superpowered people. Until Coulson recruits more people, though, the only superpowered people he has are Lincoln and Skye. Those are his Secret Warriors until more people come on the show. But because Simmons got sucked into the Black Obelisk, I'm hoping that means she's part Inhuman, so she gets to be part of Secret Warriors and she manifests some strange power. In case there was any doubt about Simmons coming back, like she has been prominently featured in all the stuff that people have been posting on social media behind the show, so she is definitely coming back. The real question is where did she go, and what's she going to be like when she comes back? The Simmons character is an original creation of the show, so I don't think she's going to become anyone from the comics, but they might give her some sort of inhuman ability, in the same way that characters on The Flash just found out that they're metahumans. Cisco and Caitlin just found out that they were metahumans at the end of last season of The Flash, but they haven't really explained how those powers are going to manifest. So if you're watching both shows, just expect the same type of transformation for both characters. Like, Simmons will probably still look like Simmons. She might just get some abilities that will help her in her scientific endeavors. Usually when characters on superhero shows get superpowers, it's something that enhances what they already do, unless they're taking the character in a dramatically different direction. Like, if they turn Simmons into She-Hulk, I would shout with joy, but I'm not expecting something like that. I'm not expecting that kind of a left turn. That's actually a good question. If they are going to give Simmons special powers, what do you want her inhuman abilities to be? The Obelisk totally would not have sucked her in if she did not have inhuman DNA in her. There's actually this really interesting meta thing going on with Secret Warriors because, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going full bore with a superpowered team, but Agent Carter also had a little interaction too when they invoked Leviathan. In the comics, they get tied up with the Secret Warriors storyline. They start using a lot of alien tech, so it gets really weird, and obviously Agent Carter didn't go in that direction. It was kind of a disappointment. I haven't done any Agent Carter videos for Season 2 yet, but they are doing more comic book specific stuff. They're taking the show, like Agent Carter herself, Haley Atwell's character, is going to Los Angeles with Jarvis, so like the show itself, like the location where they shoot it is going to look a lot different. That's not going to premiere till early next year in January, like around the same time, so I'm going to do videos when it gets a little closer to that. I feel like when it comes to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., though, like the TV show, people really just want to know like what comic book stuff they're going to do. Like, how is this going to cross over with Captain America Civil War? How is Secret Warriors going to get involved in that? Hopefully we will see some interaction between Civil War and the Secret Warriors. Just because Secret Invasion, Norman Osborn taking over S.H.I.E.L.D. from Nick Fury, all that stuff happened in the wake of Civil War in the comics. I mean, don't expect a whole lot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters to appear in the movies anytime soon, but it would be awesome to see them at least reference the team. This year's Age of Ultron crossover was like the weakest thing ever. It was barely a crossover at all. So I feel like they need to double down. And since Winter Soldier was like such a S.H.I.E.L.D. based movie, I feel like it's easier for them to do S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff in Civil War. But here's just like a really cool list of some of the characters that were part of the Secret Warriors team with some of their powers. Hopefully they'll do them on the TV show. There was Alexander Aaron. He's the son of Ares. He has power, a lot like Hercules, he's part human, part god. So he has limited abilities of precognition. I mean, Hercules has strength. he can manifest even more godlike powers, but he can only tap into them once his mortal body dies. I do like that idea. Buffy the Vampire Slayer kind of played with that mythology a little bit, or I think it was Angel, where a character died, but then they came back manifesting amazing powers. There are a bunch of magic-based characters too. Obviously, magic being a little bit different from the power you find in gods. There was Sebastian Druid, who's the son of Dr. Druid. J.T. James, codename Hellfire, he's the grandson of Phantom Rider. He ends up being like a double agent for Hydra. He can charge weapons with fire. Like he has a chain that he charges with fire and swings around. Very Ghost Rider-esque. And then there's a character named Eden who has reality warping powers. That might be a little too much for the TV show. The TV shows try not to introduce like too many overpowered characters, and when you can warp reality, it's kind of like a game changer. If they did something like that on the TV show, they might try to make it look a little like Scarlet Witch's chaos magic, although she really didn't do that much chaos magic during Avengers Age of Ultron. I think when it comes to magic, we're not going to see a whole lot of characters on the TV shows until we get Doctor Strange the movie. I think they're targeting that as the beginning of magic in the Marvel Universe. Even though when you think about it, like it exists now. Like Doctor Strange has been around for a long time in the Marvel Universe. We just haven't met him yet. It's just typically that's the way things flow downstream. It's like, they start in the movies and then they trickle down to the TV shows. The recent exception to that, though, has been the Inhumans. They introduced the idea of the Inhumans on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. before we saw it in the movies. Baron von Strucker kind of teased it at the end of Winter Soldier, but he didn't say the name Inhumans. He just called it the Age of Miracles, so it was like their powers could have come from anywhere. Kevin Feige could have totally made the executive decision to change his mind about doing Inhumans in the movies and said their powers came from somewhere else. That's usually the way Marvel leaves itself loopholes. Like, we don't know what we're going to do yet, so we're just going to be as vague as possible about where this stuff comes from. Like, they didn't reveal that Loki's scepter had the Mind Gem in it till Age of Ultron, even though fans theorized that right after that first Avengers movie came out. In case you don't know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3 is going to premiere September 29th. It's still going to be a Tuesday night show, so I'll still be doing videos. It'll start before Arrow and The Flash and stuff, so they're not going to bump up against each other. So it'll be like S.H.I.E.L.D. every Tuesday night for a couple weeks till Arrow and The Flash start, and then I'll kind of have to move my schedule around a little bit. They have been shooting episodes, but they haven't been releasing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. Not nearly as much as like the Arrow Flash people have. And if I haven't mentioned it yet, or I didn't mention it in my Season 2 finale videos, Ward is the new big bad. I mean, they'll have more villains. It's a 22-episode season. There'll be a ton more villains. But he is assembling a team, like an evil Secret Warriors team around him. I say Secret Warriors, but he's just assembling a team. We have no idea if he's going to find superpowered people and try to co-opt them. I'm going to withhold some judgment on Ward as Big Bad until I see some footage of him. I feel like his acting in Season 2 was a little hammy when he was trying to be evil. It's a little bit better when he's trying to be ambiguous. Like the really creepy scenes that he had with Agent 33, like when he was pretending or maybe not pretending to be in love with her, those were kind of fun to watch just because they were so creepy. So he does creepy well, but I don't know about outright evil. You guys can let me know though, like what were your favorite Ward scenes from Season 2? Like what kind of situations do you feel like his character works best in? I feel like him going into evil Nick Fury mode, like in the battlefield, full man of action will be like the best possible scenario. He doesn't do quite so well. Like I feel like it's not quite as much fun when he's just being an asshole to someone, like when he's just messing with Sky's mind. If you want a really good example of an actor that does that kind of dialogue really well, look at Tom Cavanaugh in the last couple of episodes of The Flash Season 1. Like, once they have him behind bars when he starts to mess with Cisco's mind. Tom Cavanaugh, much more compelling villain than Brett Dalton. But I look forward to him proving me wrong on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, we'll see. Tom Cavanaugh is hard to beat. You can't beat the Reverse Flash. It's in his pitch, I always win. I love how he says that to Barry. No matter what happens, I always win. I've been all across time and space. I always beat you. So there are a couple big things that I'm spinning the wheels up on. So I've got some Suicide Squad stuff that'll happen later this week. VidCon is happening, so I'm trying to plan some videos around that. I've got some Doctor Who coming up, so be sure to subscribe to get everything. I would say like the end of August is really like when TV comes back. So we'll try and get prepared for like all the really cool stuff that's coming in the next week or so. While you guys wait for all that stuff to drop, you can click here to learn all about Mr. Terrific in the comics and how he's coming on Arrow Season 4. And you can click here for my Ant-Man Easter egg video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.